Every year, taxpayers spend billions of dollars constructing stadiums and arenas for professional sports teams. Among current venues, the average public subsidy is $370 million for Major League Baseball and NFL stadiums, $170 million for NBA and NHL arenas, and around $100 million for MLS facilities. Altogether, that adds up to about $32.5 billion in cumulative public outlays. But it didn't used to be like this. In the early 1900s, teams were responsible for building their own venues, where they stayed for decades. Some teams still play in those stadiums today, like the Chicago Cubs and Boston Red Sox. Back then, a stadium was a private investment, not a public expense. So what changed? In the mid-20th century, teams began moving into municipally owned stadiums and arenas, often shared across multiple sports. But there was a catch. When teams didn't own the stadium, they had no reason to stay long term. Most leases lasted about 30 years. And when their leases expired, teams often demanded new taxpayer-funded replacements. This ushered in a new wave of stadium construction in the 1990s. Venues came two at a time during this era of stadium mania, as cities replaced their shared superstadiums with new sport-specific venues. Now, 30 or so years after the last stadium boom peaked, another wave of venue construction is swelling, as teams like the Titans, Browns, and Spurs are building new replacements. And many other teams are pushing for new venues of their own. This isn't random, it's a cycle. And the costs are going up fast, as venues grow grander and more luxurious with each iteration. In the 2020s, the typical public contribution has been around $600 million per stadium. By the 2030s, it's projected to reach $860 million. If this trend continues, total public expenditures will reach $100 billion by the end of the next decade. So the question is, should we be doing this at all? 50 years of economic research says no. Stadiums are bad public investments. In this series, I'll explain why these subsidies don't deliver what politicians promise, why cities keep agreeing to them, and what steps we can take to break America's addiction to publicly funded stadiums.